I live in Alabama and it gets hot here. And in 2018 I had my tough shed built, and since then I've been cooling it with a DeLonghi portable air conditioner. If you watch any of my channels, you've no doubt heard me complain about the noise, but it was a necessary evil. The original DeLonghi lasted about 3 years, actually to the day. 3 years. Its replacement, this white one, only about a week. Rather than buy a third, I went with the option I should have went with out of the gate. I purchased a mini split. A mini split was my very first thought when I had the tough shed built. I just couldn't justify the cost and at that point the unknowns because I was thinking about a Mr. Cool system. And I was down to a choice between Mr. Cool or a company called Climb Air, and then I found this. The Ventus X from a company called HVAC Mirage. For those of you that have knowledge of budget or self-install mini splits, you may have heard of the Mirage brand and in a negative way. Especially if you've been searching Facebook Marketplace for mini splits, because there you'll see listings for products that, as I understand, are brought in from Mexico and don't meet US specs. As in, no US SEER rating or not even any English on the box. And that's where we get to listings like this. This is not an HVAC Mirage. HVAC Mirage systems, like the one I bought, are fully certified in the US. They have an inverter. They're rated at 20 SEER, at least for this Ventus X. They're also a Texas-based company with a US website. Front and center on their website, the model I purchased, this Ventus X. They also have a Ventus 19 and even multi-zone Ventus systems that really scale up, talking about up to 48,000 BTU. My selection of an HVAC Mirage system was based on a lot of novice research, but I did like the fact that they're based in the US. They have actual support documents on their website, even a ticket system, and look at this, even a store where you can buy spare parts. Pretty much every part that they sell for their systems is available to me as a consumer. As far as I can tell, pretty much everything is here, from control parts to critical parts, like even a full compressor assembly, which I will admit I wouldn't be able to put on myself, but I like knowing I could get it. They even have extra remotes if you're like me, you've misplaced a remote or two in your life. HVAC Mirage checked all the boxes that I was looking for, plus even one more thing that I'll get to in a minute. First, let me cover what comes with a Mirage system other than obviously the air handler and the outdoor unit, the condenser. There is an instruction manual, a full instruction manual. It even covers install and it's in English. The remote that I haven't lost yet. There are, as far as I can tell, about 3 manufacturers of most of these mini split systems, and this remote is the exact same for many brands. The main variation being the I feel function, which is present on this system, lets the remote act as kind of a mobile thermostat. Hit I feel, and wherever the remote is, that's where the temperature is going to be at that particular point. I really like that. There's also a wall mount plate, so you can have it on the wall like a thermostat. The system also includes a line set. The outdoor unit comes pre-charged. I can't show you the line set though, because there's a bit of trickery involved here. The boxes you've been looking at are just that, empty boxes, because the system is already installed. This is the air handler, this is the condenser. Outside on a concrete pad I had poured right before the system was installed, and here she is in late summer in Alabama. Miserable hot, but this most of the time is about as fast as the fan will go when it's running, at least on air conditioner mode. Now in the winter when it's on heat, it runs faster, but even then it's quiet, super quiet. The reason it may be running so well in the summertime is this is a 12,000 BTU unit cooling a space that really probably an 8 or a 10,000 BTU would work. When it comes to the line set, I'm using 23.5 feet of line. I had it routed through these line covers. I think it looks good, at least as far as mini split looks go. Lower end mini splits tend to have bare aluminum for the coils. Better systems have some form of coating, usually gold or blue. This one is blue. And these delicate aluminum fins, they're usually mushed up in many spots right out of the box. Mine, only this one area. Not bad. I filmed this a week after it was installed, over 7 months ago in 95-degree weather, trying to get the fan to speed up, but this was as fast as it got in the 30 minutes I stood there. So this is the average outdoor unit noise level. And in the 7 months I've been using it, so far, flawless function, no freon leaks of any kind. I even bought a leak detector. I regularly use it, no issues. One non-included accessory you may have spotted that I had installed were these anti-vibration mounts, just in case, but it turns out on a concrete pad, I didn't need them. Let's go back inside and look at the air handler with its Mirage logo and Ventus X branding. Turning it on opens the air deflector and spins up the internal fan. In this video, I'm not going to go over each remote function, but it's all pretty self-explanatory. The important things to note are the icons up top, because it can be cycled through auto, cool, which is air conditioning, a dehumidifier mode, standard fan, or heat mode, because this is also an inverter heat pump. The air handler has a built-in display that shows the set temperature as well as the ability to relay any error codes. I mentioned this is a 12K BTU. I usually keep it set to between 76 and 78, and I've noticed there's a 4-degree difference between what the unit is set at and the actual temperature. If it's on air conditioning at 76, it will be 72 inside. If it's on heat at 61, it will be 64, 65 degrees inside. Indoor noise level, amazing. This is at max fan speed, as loud as it gets. Turning the unit off, it's pretty cool. It closes the air deflector, vent door, whatever you want to call it. And as far as regular service, there's just not much to do. The main thing is keeping the filter screen clean. And up top, this is where most of the air comes in. And I see people open the door and look in and they don't pay attention to the top. This will get dirty first. So the critical point is to check this. Of course, you can just pull the filter screens out. They come out pretty easy. You open this hood and they pop right out. Now, I do want to mention here, you're instantly going to go, what is with the blue painter's tape? Let me explain. These filters, they're a mesh filter with a plastic frame, and that plastic frame is sitting on plastic, so there are tiny gaps. I've seen gaps like this in one form or another on just about every level mini split system I've looked at in video reviews. And while the filter will get most of the dust, if there are gaps, well, dust is going to go in there. And that means straight onto these pretty blue evaporator coils, because when it's in air conditioning mode, those drip water so dust can stick right to them. Not on my watch, hence the blue tape. I really do wish I was one of those people that wasn't this meticulous about things, but I've learned to live with it. Here's the best look I can give you to the fan blades on this air handler, and this is after 7 months. And after 7 months, to sum up my experience, I adore this unit. I'm super happy that I went with HVAC Mirage. If I had to look for any one drawback, it would be that the Ventus X, while it has a higher SEER rating than the Ventus 19, it does skip one feature. There's no smartphone integration, meaning you can't control it remotely where you can on the Ventus 19. Given the performance per dollar, I'll get to price in just a minute, and the excellent function so far, I'm not complaining. Plus, I found a way to make it smartphone controllable. I purchased this Silo Breeze Eco Smart Thermostat. This is going to do the job, and I'll show you how this works out in an upcoming review. Alright, now let's get to some brass tacks. HVAC Mirage system for this entire kit, air handler, condenser, accessory unit, including the line set. How much did it cost? $850. And this is summer 2022 dollars, so peak inflation. $850 puts it far cheaper than the $1,750 for the Mr. Cool system I was teetering on the edge of ordering. There was also another system by Climair that I'd narrowed it down to, but even that was $1,200. So why did I spend $850 for this and I'm as happy as a Mr. Cool or a Climair? Well, because I had it professionally installed. And even with the professional installation, it was still cheaper than a Mr. Cool system. And there is a funny twist to this, because you remember those mini split systems that I was talking about on Facebook, where they came up from Mexico, they're not certified for the US. At least as far as I understand, I mean, some of them plug into a wall. Well, it turns out by looking at those, Facebook loves targeted ads, I ended up getting an ad where I saw Mr. Cool that caught my eye, but then I saw a different Mirage system off to the right. That led me to search for even more information, and I found HVAC Mirage, which in turn led me back to the Facebook Marketplace where I found Windsanity Mini Splits, a veteran-owned company that sells and professionally installs the mini split systems that they sell, and their biggest seller, HVAC Mirage. And I'm a skeptical consumer, so I want to give this company credit. Not only did they have a person that I could speak to, but I got to speak with the owner, who sold me on their installation service for only $600 extra. I got a system that was still cheaper than a Mr. Cool, and I didn't have to do anything. Plus, I have a warranty. If something breaks, I have someone I can call that will come fix it. And they cover a large area, multiple states. I don't know if it's serendipity or really good research on my part. Either way, I'm really happy, and I'm ending up where I really should have started out with a mini split system cooling a tough shed that I call the bike barn. Drop any questions you have about HVAC Mirage systems, or at least this one, because this is the model I know about. Drop that down in the comments if you have any comments about mini splits in general, or if you want to know about Windsanity Mini Splits. I'm not paid for this, I paid them to install it, and they did so in about 2 hours. That's my story and how and why I ended up with this particular mini split unit. Thanks for watching.